Okay, Mark. So, good afternoon, all of you. In the yesterday class,
Good afternoon.
about autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition and the differences between the autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition with their examples. So, in this class, I'm going to explain about the photosynthesis. So, actually, what is the photosynthesis and what are the factors which involves in the photosynthesis and how the factors are involved and how it is proved by the scientists. Okay, so these all topics we are discussed in this session. So here, photosynthesis. Here the photo means light. Synthesis means construction of anything or preparation of any material. Nothing but it is called as a synthesis. Okay, so the photosynthesis, in the presence of light, the plants are able to synthesize the food material. So in the presence of light, the plants are able to synthesize the food material, so which is called as photosynthesis. So actually the photosynthesis is a very important process. So that's shown by the plant. That's shown by the plants, so which are mainly of green color plants. Not only the green color, other color plants are also involved in the photosynthesis. So here mainly the plants which are green in color due to the presence of green pigments which are called chlorophylls. Okay, so these chlorophyll, in the presence of light, the chlorophyll molecules so receives water and as well as carbon dioxide. Okay, water from the soil and carbon dioxide from the nature. Okay, the plants are absorb the carbon dioxide from the nature and water from the soil. In the presence of light, the chlorophylls bulge the complex organic molecules like sugars, okay, sugars and carbohydrates, and these complex organic molecules like sugars or carbohydrates, so simple inorganic molecules. So the simple inorganic molecules are here light, carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so actually the simple inorganic molecules are carbon dioxide and water. So these carbon dioxide and water in the presence of light and chlorophyll, so it can construct or synthesize the new complex organic molecule, that nothing but it is in a glucose or any carbohydrate. Okay, so actually the photosynthesis, so it is in a very complex process. So actually the plants are not directly taken carbon dioxide from the nature, and that carbon dioxide is not mixed with the water. In the presence of light and in the presence of chlorophylls, it directly not synthesizes the complex organic material, also like that glucose. So because of there are many steps are there. So here the water is absorbed by the plant and water undergo various chemical reactions or metabolic reactions, and as well as the carbon dioxide is received by the plants, and the plants, when it is entered into the carbon dioxide in the leaf tissue, so it is undergo sequence reaction, sequence processing. So finally there are many intermediate compounds of many intermediate compounds. So whenever we write regarding to the photosynthesis reaction, CO2 plus H2O, that gives rise to C6H12 and O6 plus O2. So it is in a common equations that given by the scientists regarding to the photosynthesis equation. So here it is. Actually, there are many intermediate compounds are formed. So which means the carbon dioxide is not directly mixed with the water and not directly give the organic complex molecule like glucose. So it's given other intermediate compounds and finally it produces the carbohydrate. So here the scientist C.B. Van Neel. So in the year of 1931, so he was given one equations regarding to the photosynthesis. That equation is a widely accepted equation. Widely accepted equation that was proposed by the C.B. Van Neel, scientist in the year of 1931. Year of 1931. So according to his opinion, so for each molecules of carbohydrate form, each molecules of carbohydrate form from one molecule of water and as well as one molecules of oxygen is produced. Okay, so every molecule of carbohydrate, along with this carbohydrate formation, one molecule of water is also formed, and also one molecule of oxygen is also produced in the process of photosynthesis. So this opinion was given by C.B. Van Neel scientist. So because of, so there are many number of the carbon dioxide molecules and as well as many number of the water molecules. So those are involved in the photosynthesis, and finally they give a one molecule of carbohydrate. Along with this one molecule of carbohydrate, they also give one molecule of water and a one molecule of oxygen. Okay, so that opinion was given by the C.B. Van Neel scientist. Okay, now just you see that general equations regarding the photosynthesis. So CO2 plus 2H2O in the presence of light and chlorophyll. So it perform the CH2O. Okay, so it convert the CH2O means something, but it is in a carbohydrate general formula. Along with that carbohydrate, it is also from the H2O and O2. Okay, so it is an oxygen molecules. So now you can balance the equations. So already chemistry madam discussed with you regarding to the balancing the equations. So in the balancing equations, all the productant and reactant, the molecules are same. So now, so the balanced equation is 6CO2 plus 12H2O in the presence of light and chlorophyll. So it's given a C6H12O6. So which is in a glucose formula. Okay. So next 6H2O, and along with the 6H2O, the 6 oxygen molecules are also released. So this is in a formula for photosynthesis. So here main raw material what it is, carbon dioxide and water. So these are two are inorganic raw material, so which are taken by the plant, and the plant produce the complex organic material what it is. So it is in a C6H12O6. So along with this one molecule of complex organic material, so it is also produce the water and as well as oxygen. So it is an equation for the process of photosynthesis. Okay, now coming to that one. So actually the one Neil first worked on purple sulfur bacteria. So actually some of the bacteria, so which are autotrophic in nature and some are heterotrophic in nature. So here the purple sulfur bacteria, so these bacteria is in a photosynthetic bacteria. So bacteria is in a photosynthetic bacteria. So actually, so in the presence of light, so these bacteria is also perform the photosynthesis and prepare the food material. So but here, so the Van Neel scientist, so he was given water to the bacteria. So according and instead of that water molecules, so he used hydrogen sulfide as an starting material. So commonly the CO2 is received by the bacteria and also water is received by bacteria, and this water is used by the bacteria in the process of photosynthesis and synthesize the food material. So in the common way, but instead of water, so the scientist provided hydrogen sulfide. What it is? Hydrogen sulfide as a starting material. So that's why the bacteria in the process of photosynthesis, so it is unable to produce the oxygen. So it is produce the sulfur. It is produce the sulfur. So instead of oxygen, the bacteria produce the sulfur. So why it is produce the sulfur? Because of that Van Neel scientist provided the material. What is the material? Raw material. So one is in a carbon dioxide and second one is in a H2S. So instead of H2O, it was given H2S. That's why the bacteria involved in the photosynthesis and synthesized the food material and liberated the sulfur. So instead of oxygen, so whatever the oxygen molecules, so which are released in the process of photosynthesis is come from water, not come from that carbon dioxide. Okay, so by the conclusion, so Robert Hill scientist that proposed the light reaction. So in this Robert Hill reaction, so whatever that water molecules which involves in the process of photosynthesis, so these water molecules are responsible to release the oxygen molecules. So the oxygen molecules are not at all released from the carbon dioxide, which involves in the photosynthesis process. Okay, now coming to that one. So later Robert Hill showed that O2 is released from water. O2 is released from water. So actually just you see the, okay, so actually the carbohydrate that contain oxygen molecules as well as the water is also contain oxygen molecule. So either these oxygen molecules maybe come from that water molecule or maybe the carbon dioxide molecule. So it is come from that only the water molecules. So these water undergo photolysis and liberated the oxygen molecule. Liberated the oxygen molecule. That was confirmed by the Robert Hill scientist. Robert Hill scientist. So that's why. So the Hill reaction is also proposed. So actually, so it is known that the plants are synthesized simple carbohydrates. Okay, so simple sugars are prepared by the plants, but after the synthesis of simple carbohydrates, okay, the plants have formed the more complex substances or more complex carbohydrates. So commonly the carbohydrates are mainly divided into the three types. One is in a monosaccharides, and second one is in a disaccharides, and third one is in a polysaccharides. So actually the plants are synthesized the monosaccharide, that nothing but it is in a glucose, that is C6H12O6. So after that preparation of more number of glucose molecules, so these glucose molecules are attached with each and other by the glycosidic bonds to form in a chain. So those chain of monosaccharides to construct the complex saccharides, but nothing but they are called as polysaccharides. They are called as polysaccharides. So the examples for the polysaccharides are starch and cellulose. So if you see that many plants are stored the starch, for example, potato. The potato contain mainly starch. Cellulose, many plants cell wall is mainly composed with the cellulose. So it is also one type of carbohydrates. And these carbohydrates are also formed the proteins and lipids by the various ambibolic pathways in the plants. Okay. So regarding to the animals, so the animals are unable to synthesize the carbohydrates. So we all are know because of we are heterotrophic organisms. So we are unable to synthesize the carbohydrates. Okay. So in the presence of light, that's why we are depend upon plants for the same. And whatever the carbohydrates we obtain, so that are getting from the plants or that are getting from the animal food. Okay. So whatever the carbohydrates we taken from the plant food only. Plant food only. Okay. So now coming to that one. So it is a very important essay, 4 marks questions. So the presence of starch in leaf. Already I told you how we write the experiment. So the in the experiment there are particular some steps are there. What they are steps? So the first one is an aim of the experiment. So everybody should write about regarding to that experiment the procedure. So first one is an aim, and second one is an materials required, and third one is an procedure, and fourth one is an observation. Fifth one result, and last one is an precautions. Okay, so these are the 6 main steps that are present in the every experiment that present in your text. Okay, so now coming to the first experiment, the presence of starch in leaves. So here, so what we are aimed, yeah, our aim is to presence of starch in leaves. So now we take the leaves and we prove in that leaves what is present, the starch is present. So that's why the aim of this experiment is to presence of starch in leaves. Okay, presence of starch in leaves, that is an aim of the experiment. So what is the second step? Materials required. So just you see the figure, so that are framed in the given figure. So here we need some material. So the material, some are glass material, some are plant material, some are chemical material, and etc. etc. So the first one is in a beaker. Okay, so for the conducting of this experiment in our laboratory, so we need some materials. Okay, that's why you write material required side headings and write the materials required for the conducting of the experiment in our laboratory. Okay, so the first one is in a beaker, and second one is in a test tube. Okay, and third one is in a, so which is also called as boiling tube, and third one is an asbestos gauge, and fourth one tripod stand, Bunsen burner, dropper, Petri plates. Okay, so these are the materials. So along with the materials, so we require some chemicals or liquids for the conducting of these experiments. So those chemicals or liquids are, one is water, and second one is methylated spirit, and third one is iodine solution. Third one is an iodine solution. Okay, so these are the materials required for the conducting of this experiment. So once again I repeat it. So you note in your notebook. So sometimes it gives us in a 1 mark question. So what are the materials required for presence of starch in leaf experiment? Okay, so at the time you write beaker, methylated spirit, boiling tube, asbestos gas, tripod stand, Bunsen burner, iodine solution, and also we required some chemicals, water, methylated spirit, and iodine solution, and a healthy young leaf. Healthy young leaves. Okay, so these are the materials that are needed for the conducting of this experiment. Okay, now coming to the third step of the experiment, what it is? So it is in a procedure. It is in a procedure. So before going to procedure, so just you watch this video. Okay, actually the leaves of the plants produce the glucose in the process of photosynthesis. Already we know that one. So whatever the excess amount of the glucose, so which is converted into the different carbohydrate molecule. So that may be the starch molecule, that may be the cellulose molecule, or maybe the another. So just to see that, so here it is watch glass and leaves and beaker and iodine solution and boiling tube. So it is in a spirit lamp and tripod stand and also asbestos gas. Okay, so he lit in the spirit lamp and that is placed into the tripod stand and the tripod stand covered with an asbestos gas and put the beaker and take the water in the beaker and so they placed on the asbestos gas. So after that they take the leaf, that leaf was taken into the test tube, boiling tube or test tube. Okay, in the boiling tube what the chemical he has taken? So the chemical is methylated spirit. Okay, so you take methylated spirit in the boiling tube, so and you put the leaf inside the methylated spirit. Okay, so every listen it carefully. So take in a boiling tube and fill it with a methylated spirit. So in that methylated spirit we take a leaf that was placed into the water containing beaker. So due to the heat automatically the water become boiled and also methylated spirit is also heated up. So when the methylated spirit is heated up, so automatically you see that. So when we pour the methylated spirit into the beaker, so it is in a white in color. So later what will be happen? So the methylated spirit turns into the green color. So why it is turns into the green color? So because of whatever the leaf contain chlorophyll pigments, so which are dissolves in the methylated spirit. Okay, which are dissolves in the methylated spirit. That's why the methylated spirit turns into green color. So after that, so we can take that leaf with the help of spatula. With the help of spatula, so that leaf was placed on the petri plate or petri dish. That leaf was placed in the petri dish. So then you add 1 or 2 drops of iodine on the surface of that leaf. Okay, after that you add 1 or 2 drops of iodine on the surface of the leaf. So now the leaf turns into the blue or black color. So that indicates what it indicates. When the leaf turns into the blue or blackish color, so it contains starch molecules. The leaf contains starch molecules. Okay, so this is an experiment that regarding to the presence of starch in leaves. Okay, so any more doubts regarding to that one? Okay, once again, may I repeat once again regarding to this experiment? All of you understanding? Yes or no, ma?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anybody have any doubts? If anybody have doubts,
No, sir.
unmute your audio
No,
or
sir.
doubts regarding to it. Okay, so here, so in these experiments, the result is the leaf turns into the blue color or black color that indicates the presence of starch. Okay, our observation is, so when we pour 1 or 2 drops of iodine on the surface of the leaf, it turns into the blue or blackish color. That is an observation we made here. Okay, so what are the precautions we taken for this conducting of experiment in our laboratory? So the measurements, so the precautions mainly, so when we pour the methylated spirit, okay, so here methylated spirit is a highly inflammable chemical, chemical. So when we pour that chemical, so just we keep it away from the fire. We keep it away from the fire. So after that pouring, so we dipped the leaf inside the methylated spirit. So because of some of the leaf is external and some of the leaf is dipped in the methylated spirit is not given a good result. So that's why we completely dipped the leaf into the methylated spirit. And the methylated spirit is not overflow from the boiling tube and not mixed with the boiling water. Okay, so whatever the setup of the experiment, whenever you use the glass material, so the glass materials so which are easily fragile, that's why you have to maintain good condition and good condition material, good condition glass materials at your laboratory. So whenever you take the leaf from that boiling tube with the help of spatula, so you can take very slowly without tearing the leaf, tearing the leaf. Okay, so take the leaf from the boiling tube, so very slowly without tearing, and also add only the few amount of iodine solution, not excess amount of the iodine solution. So if you add excess amount of the oily solution, so it shows a brownish color. So that's why the results are not particular. We couldn't indicate it. Okay, so these are the some precautions we have taken while conducting this experiment in our laboratory. Okay, so this is the